friends, and welcome back to Stan's Cutlery Universe. And hey, I'm going to turn this a little bit. There we go. I want y'all to see my big, beautiful smile. Sorry. I'm doing a Thankful Thursday today. This is Open Tag brought to you by the Singing Toad, our Canadian friend there, David. I'm going to get through the Thankful Thursday because this is super important and super kind. I'm thankful for my friends, all of my YouTube friends and my friends locally and family. But man, I tell you, Mr. Mangus Wicked Blades, if you're not subscribed to him yet, go over there. Him and his wife, they're awesome. He sent me this for my grandson. His wife made it, handmade, absolutely beautiful. I'll put it this way. My daughter, who is like super picky, okay, super picky, sees this blanket before I even get it out of my mouth to tell her, because she came over the day I got it. She's like, "What's that?" I go, "Oh, one of my friends on YouTube sent this beautiful blanket for Bryson, my grandson." And she's like, "Oh, cool, that is beautiful." She's like, "Do you want to keep it over here so he has his own blanket over here?" And I thought a minute and I went, "Okay, I'll do that," because she's got like a boatload of blankets for him over there, but he doesn't have one here. Now, when the little guy decides he likes this one the best, it will go home with him, because I can't see how he's not going to like this one the best. But what really shocked me is my daughter, who is super picky, especially when it comes to little man, is like, "That is beautiful. Tell them thanks." In fact, Mrs. Mangus, my daughter says thank you. It's not that we raised her up badly or anything, but for her to say thank you to people that she doesn't know, that means she really likes it, So I just wanted to tell you, Mrs. Mangus, thank you. We're trying to figure out, we want to send something to your little man. We're trying to figure out what to send. My wife right away is like, "Let's send him a blanket." I'm like, I have a feeling Grandma's got that taken care of. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I didn't think of that." And, because my wife's working full time, and not to sound negative, neither of us are super creative and stuff when it comes to like sewing and stuff. So, I hope you understand how heartfelt it is. It'll probably be something that comes from Amazon. Right now we're leaning towards some toys or something that maybe he can keep over at your guys' house or whatever. If he likes them enough that he wants to take them home, whatever, because I know you do grandpa daycare for him. And so we're really thinking of something like that. So you might get an Amazon box someday, and that's what it'll be. We're still trying to figure out exactly what's right, what we feel is appropriate, and what we feel that you all will feel is appropriate. Because like I said, my wife's heart was definitely in the right spot. She is like, "Oh, we'll send him a blankie," and I'm like looking at the blanket going, and she's like, "Oh yeah, didn't think of that." It's like, I think Grandma's got that taken care of for the little guy over there. But Mangus and Mrs. Mangus, thank you. You guys brightened my day so much when I opened up that package, because I had no idea what it was. All I remember is Mangus texting me, "Don't use a knife to open it." So I was going to make a video and act like I didn't use a knife, I used a machete. But then when I got it, I'm like, "Man, this is awful soft. What is this?" So I was very careful opening it. But thank you again, Mangus. Acts of kindness are so rare nowadays. Look at what happened to Charlie Kirk yesterday. Just because a man speaks his opinion, and he's always courteous to others, they might not agree with him. But, yeah. But I don't want to make this a dark down. I feel horrible about what happened to Charlie Kirk. My prayers and condolences goes out to the Kirk family. His little ones will never actually get to know him, yeah. That, and it's the 24th anniversary of the attack on 9/11 on our Pentagon, on the World Trade Centers in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, there where the plane crashed. I don't even know what to say about that. There's times where I wish I would have still been in the military when that happened, but then I know my life would not be the way it has become. wouldn't have my little girl, wouldn't have my grandson, because went down a different road. But I just, all those families that were impacted by that, and all of America that was impacted, because all of us were impacted by that. Yeah, kind of a somber day here. Well, I don't want to keep it like that. Again, Mangus, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's amazing, your kindness. Okay, now, those of you that watched my video yesterday know that I picked up a 1972 Buck 110 that had some flaws. The blade would wobble a little bit because it had been pounded on the handle, like for, you know, people pounding them like that. Well, I got it 98% cleaned up. I noticing little marks that I still got to work on. Just yesterday, I should have recorded it, but honestly, I wasn't sure I knew what to do. I wanted to try and straighten the blade first. Excuse me, because the blade tip was kittywampus. So I had to go out to my garage to get my lawnmower to go mowing, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to take this knife, see if I can straighten the tip. If I can straighten the tip, cool, then I'll show the restoration, you know, the rest of the cleanup with everybody. Well, straightened the blade, it's pretty good. And then I got carried away and I just got going on it. So I want to show this to you. Here it is. There's the blade. Oops, sorry. Trying to get it to where it's lined up right. Look at that. Can you tell me that's straight? Slightly still, but nothing like it was. Here's the knife. Oops, that's a fingerprint there. There's the knife. You can see I still got some fine lines and stuff in it. But overall, here's the end where they hit with it. And it's so polished up that this really... Like I said, I still got a few fine lines and stuff I got to work on. But she cleaned up wonderfully. Oh, and you notice how the rivets are not offset? I also squeezed it back together, which I wasn't sure if that was going to work, but it did. I put it in a vise with some cushion so that it wouldn't, you know, scar it. And I was just very careful. I start off with really light pressure. Okay, kind of pop back. A little bit more pressure. But you got to be careful because you don't want to overdo it. By the time I was done, before I oiled it, no joke, this blade was so tight that you had to basically be super strong to open it. But there's the blade. I did clean up some of the scarring on the blade, but whoever sharpened this had done so bad. I cleaned up a good amount of it, but it just all wasn't going to come out. But I have sharpened this thing up to razor sharp. The blade is straight. Or straight enough for who it's for. It is very friendly now. Yeah, I didn't want to get my finger in the way. It is just a beautiful, beautiful piece of cutlery that I am super proud to own because it's my birth year era. You know, these ones are 72 to 74. And, you know, as I keep looking at a little bit more, I see more areas that need to be, you know, buffed up and stuff. But this is considered a 2-pin. The 2-pin is because you don't count the center pin here because that's for the lock spring. You count these on the outside. I did put some mineral oil on the wood. Let it set overnight. But yeah, just like right there, you can see in this bolster right here, there's still some fine lines that I need to maybe work out. But you know, you also get to a point of where do you call it stops? Because let me see if I can find it. Yeah, right here. You can see a spot where it was good, and I skipped off with my Dremel tool cleaning it, and it bounced and I damaged the bolster because it's brass. Brass is relatively soft. And when you're using a steel Dremel, what do they call them? Oh gosh, what the bits hook into, the buffer wheels hook into. Can't think what the proper nomenclature is for the metal part, the steel part. Steel's harder than brass, so yeah, you kind of boogered it up. So, you know, there comes a point to where you go, where do I stop? You know, do I stop? And that's what I was trying to figure out. And I think I'm pretty good on it, you know. There's a few little things I want to get a little bit better, but overall, Now, if I was to hand this to somebody, I would not be embarrassed at all. The sheath, I did clean that up a little bit too. What am I trying to say? I cleaned it up with some mink oil? No, saddle soap. With some saddle soap, got it cleaned up, so it's pretty damp. I was blessed that this leather was very supple, so whoever owned this knife was not necessarily abusive to it or anything, but they weren't gentle with it either. But the sheath is in good shape. That made me really happy. I got to get some new shoe wax. I noticed that parade gloss, I had that in the Marine Corps, so it's over 30 years old. And I think the last time I warmed it up on the stove, like I told you all you could, to get it back to, I think it cooked out some of the stuff. It's not very good anymore. So I got to buy a new can of black shoe polish, and I got that in my Walmart card already. I might even stop somewhere today. I have an appointment later, stop somewhere and pick up a can. I don't know, maybe at the drugstore or something, see how much it is. But yeah, I wanted to definitely share the Thankful Thursday, because Mangus, you and your wife are awesome. I never expected that, my friend. That is a gift from the heart. I wish I had more talents of that type to make something. I'm just not that, I have talents, but it's more on the mechanical side, My wife is a decent sewer, but it takes her a while to get warmed up. And like right now, she's in West Virginia for work. She's there till Saturday. So it's like, she's all over the place. And I'm not trying to make excuses. It's just really difficult for her to be able to find the time to make something up. Shoot, she's already got like 50 hours in this week, and it's Thursday. Yeah, they're running her ragged. She called me last night at like 7:30, and she's like, "I'm back up in my room. I just got a soda and had dinner, and I'm going to bed." She had been up since 3:30. Well, so had I. I got up with her, to see her off. Well, actually, I got up about 4 to see her off, because she had an early flight, and then she had to work. Once she got there, she had to work too, so she was just wiped out. And yeah, so sounds like I'm trying to make excuses. I apologize, Mangus. I'm really not. Just, I love you, brother. Thanks again. Thank you, Mrs. Mangus. That's awesome. Thanks you, all of those that motivated me, that said, "Man, Stan, you should clean it up yourself," because this I am super proud of, and I learned while doing it. That's the best part, is I learned techniques of how to clean them up better, how to do things better. And that is always great for the next knife, because now the next knife I can do better too. The quality of my cleanups are going to just get better and better as long as I remember what I did, and how I did it. So it's always fun to learn, and fun to figure things out. Just remember, I know there's a lot of people really, really ticked off right now. Some of them are in our community, and I don't blame them. I'm, believe it or not, ticked off too. But I guess all I'll say is, what would Jesus do? There's times where I want to hit people, I want to hurt people, but I always have to come back to that. There's a lot of things in this world I don't agree with. There's a lot of people in this world I don't agree with. But I always try to remember what Jesus did. He preached to those. He talked to those. He showed love to those. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you find this Thursday, September 11th, to be a blessing to you and to your family. I ask that the peace of God be with all of you. Thank you for watching. And, live long, prosper, and collect your own.